honestly, I'm totally lost for words. Totally lost for words. What's happened the past week, the past couple of days, just... Yeah, the emotions are raw. Even more so when I wrote the tweet on Saturday. It was as I said in my tweet, it's my bang-anniversary. It was my anniversary getting blown up. It was us squaddies call it your bang-anniversary. So that day's always raw for me anyway. Raw for me and my family. Normally I'm quite quiet. I keep myself to myself. Me and my wife will have a few drinks and reminisce. But I just felt on Saturday I had to write something. I had to put my 2 pence in. Just seeing events unfold in Afghanistan, just heartbreaking and devastating to see. Just the country I fought in and fought for has just gone up in smoke like that. Absolutely crazy.
Jack, that's the thing. You say you keep yourself to yourself. You've just got on with life because you felt like you made a sacrifice for the future of Afghanistan and its people. And I wonder what you feel thinking about them now. I mean, the desperation of those people on the tarmac, and they're the ones that can make it to the airport. There are many in provinces that have no access, no way out. And I just wonder what you think about them, because you had to leave them behind, but you thought you were leaving them in safe hands.
Absolutely. I just feel so sorry for them. I'm sending my best wishes to the 600 paras that have gone out, and I hope they all come home safe and sound, and they bring home as many as possible, including as many interpreters as they can get hold of. If anybody deserves the right to be free and live in peace and come to the UK, as the interpreters that helped Western forces, and I really hope they can get as many as possible. I feel sorry for the country of Afghanistan. My job out there was to find bombs, to find improvised explosive devices. I love my job. I'm so proud to have served in the British military and the British Army, and the job I'd done was high risk, but I loved it. It was high adrenaline. I had a bad day at the office, as I joke about, and squaddy humour, squaddy bands. So you got to laugh. You don't laugh, you cry. But just seeing, unfold for the past week, watching your news show and other news programmes, just the devastation, the loss, just how easy the Taliban have taken over the country. I'm just lost for words.
Jack, do you think Allied forces should have stayed? The US President Joe Biden, his final withdrawal of US troops was seen as the final straw, giving the Taliban the green light to move in, and they took over the country in less than 2 weeks. That caught everyone off guard, it seems, including the United States. Do you think a presence should have remained? Because the excuse that President Biden used was, we don't want a forever war.
I get that to a degree. I truly do, and I'm not naive. I knew we couldn't stay there forever. Afghanistan and Afghans got the right to look after themselves and govern themselves and to look after themselves. Us being British soldiers, we trained up the Afghans, the Afghan National Army. The British Army is the best in the world, and we gave them the best training, the best weapons, spent God knows how many millions training them. And I get it, we couldn't have stayed there, but just to see the quick withdrawal and then it to go up in smoke in a week or whatever it was, it just doesn't feel right, and that can't be right. And I got no answer. The call was on way above my pay grade. It was the call was on the President of the United States of America and the PM. It was nothing to do with me. As I said in my tweet, I fought my war. My fight is done. I'm home and I'm positive. I'm lucky to be alive, and I'm very thankful to be alive. I'm making the most of my life. I just wanted to put my 2 pence and just put my opinion. That's all it was.
Jack, your opinion counts. You were there. You paid a sacrifice to keep Afghanistan and its people safe, and that has all been undone. So you are more than welcome to give us your 2 pennies worth, £1, £5, however much you want on this show. I just wonder what you would say to Boris Johnson if he's watching now, because the Defence Secretary was on Sky News earlier today and said there is no option of UK troops going back. That part of the war in Afghanistan is done.
Sure. To Boris Johnson, me personally, was it worth it? He said, British soldiers didn't die in vain, but I don't think he'll ever say that face to face of a grieving mum or a grieving wife, a grieving father. like, you know, I lost my legs and I will never walk again, and I'm bound to a wheelchair for the rest of my life. Don't get me wrong, I knew the risk. I signed up on the dotted line, and I knew the risk going out. I was proud to serve my country. I knew that, but I wanted something out of Afghanistan. I truly felt I was making a difference in Afghanistan. Every bomb that I was finding was saving a life. These bombs don't discriminate. These IEDs don't discriminate. It doesn't matter if you're a British serviceman, an American, or you're a local Afghan. If you stand and it's going bang and you're losing a leg, you're losing an arm, you're losing your life. Everyone I found was hoping to make a difference. Just seeing the Taliban just walk around and cut their own detail, and it's filling their own boots. It's horrendous, and I honestly wouldn't know what I want to say to the Prime Minister.